Today, we're going to talk about security, but not the kind with locks and cameras. We're diving into the invisible shield that protects your entire digital life. So let's get into what that really is.
Just think about that for a second. Every photo you've ever taken, every document, every single password, what is their very first line of defense? Well, it's something you use every single day, but you probably don't think of it this way. It's your operating system.
Yep, your OS. Windows, Mac OS, Linux, even the one on your phone. It's the basic software that makes your computer, well, work. It's the bridge connecting you to the machine. But its job is so much bigger than just that.
Honestly, the best way to really wrap your head around your OS's role in security is to picture it as a fortress, a digital fortress, and it's guarding all of your most valuable information.
Because it really is the command center. It manages everything. It sees every single file you open, every website you go to, every password you type in. And that immense power, that control, that's exactly what makes it such a huge target.
And trust me, there are a lot of threats just banging on the gates. So let's take a look at the different kinds of invaders trying to breach the walls of our digital fortress. First up, you've got the most direct attackers, malware. Think of these as the battering rams and the catapults of the digital world. You've heard of them. Viruses, Trojans, worms, they're all designed to just smash right through your defenses and cause total chaos inside.
Now this next one is really interesting because of how sneaky it is. Rootkits. These are the spies. They're built to slip in unnoticed, hide in the shadows, and then gain complete, total control. And the really scary part, you might not even know they're there.
Sometimes the biggest threat isn't some powerful weapon or a clever spy. It's just an unlocked door. Unauthorized access usually happens because of simple mistakes, a really weak password, or a system that hasn't been updated, leaving a digital door just wide open for anyone to walk through.
So, with all these threats out there, how do we actually build a fortress that can stand up to them? Well, it all comes down to a security blueprint, and that blueprint is built on 3 core ideas.
These 3 things, they're basically the crown jewels that the fortress is designed to protect. Confidentiality just means keeping your secret secret. Integrity is making sure nobody messes with your data. And availability means you can always get to your stuff when you need it. The whole security plan is about keeping these 3 things perfectly safe.
Now, to make that happen, an operating system uses a whole system of defenses. This is the arsenal of our fortress. Let's look at some of the key tools it uses. Okay, this is a super important difference. Authentication is the guard at the main gate checking your ID. It's you proving you are who you say you are, maybe with a password or your fingerprint. But just because you're inside the fortress walls doesn't mean you can go everywhere. Authorization is about what you're allowed to do once you're inside, which doors your key can actually open. And here's how that works in practice. Every single time you try to open a file, the OS acts like a really strict guard. It pulls up a master list called an access control list, or ACL, and it asks one simple question. Does this person have permission? And that simple yes or no happens millions of times a day without you even noticing.
So what if an attacker gets past all the guards and actually steals a document? Well, that's where encryption comes in. It's basically like writing all your important plans in a secret code. Even if someone manages to steal the message, it's just total gibberish without the secret key.
And the defenses don't stop there. Process isolation is like putting every program in its own sealed room. So if one program crashes, it can't take down anything else. Sandboxing is an even stricter version of this, kind of like a high-security cell for apps you don't trust. And finally, you have firewalls. Think of them as the high outer wall of the entire fortress, blocking bad guys before they even get close. Look, building a strong fortress is one thing, but maintaining it, that's a whole other challenge. Security isn't something you just set up once. It's a constant, never-ending watch.
Attackers are always looking for new cracks and weaknesses in the fortress walls, and that's why patch management is so critical. You know all those software updates you're always being asked to install? That's the repair crew, patching up holes before the bad guys can use them to get in. Seriously, it's one of the most important things you can do.
This quote just sums it all up perfectly. There is no such thing as a perfectly secure system because the threats are always changing, always evolving. So our defenses have to evolve too. It makes security a continuous process of being vigilant and aware.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. From the passwords you pick to the updates you do or don't install,
How strong are the walls of your digital fortress?